Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life and welcome back to my channel. This is another process video for Christmas in July and you will see that my desk is a little bit different. So this past weekend when I filmed this, I was at a good friend of mine, Scrappy and Amy's, and I did a ton of videos because I went up on a Thursday night, came back home on a Sunday, and I did quite a bit. So this is the second video for the Christmas in July hop that is put on by Becky. Everything will be linked down below to who I am going to be, who is next after me. All of that stuff will be down and will be in the description down below, all of that kind of stuff. So what I did is that all of my Christmas documented type photos and stuff are ready to go for me. I printed them all out like back in January or February of this year because they are all 2018s like I have explained before in the first video that I put up on the 1st of July. And I typically try to get some of this done prior to December, so at least I can say I am done with the last year's every year. I don't scrapbook them all in the same year because it would just be too much. And I did have to catch up because I had a lot of German Christmas markets as well that I had to scrapbook. So I was doing a lot of catching up. And once I got all that caught up, now it's easy. Now I'm documenting the previous year's Christmas stuff. So I have a sketch and I do have it off to the side there. And I am looking at it. Now, I purchased quite a bit of different sketchbooks off of Etsy shop, and I will see if the Etsy shop is still available to purchase these, and I'll link it down below. If I can't find it and you don't see it linked down there, it's because I couldn't do it, or I couldn't find the link anymore of where I've got them from. And they're all PDF files, so I have a big pink binder that I print all of these off on, and so I'm just following those sketches. And these photos are of my daughter sitting in front. We have like what we call a holiday fair on the last day of November. So like November 30th, sometimes it's the 29th. It kind of depends on when it falls here at Fort Gordon. And I am a Christmas vendor there for them because I do my close to my heart. And so I'm there as a vendor, but we are able to, go shop around and look at things, and I get to meet a bunch of new people. I absolutely love going to it. The lady that puts it on is fabulous, and I just love her. And I am making sure that everything looks good, and I do follow the sketch pretty much to the T. And these are the inflatables that are at the holiday shop. And we had two of them right by my booth. So it worked out wonderful. My husband showed up and I was like, hey, come sit by these because I tend to take pictures by that. I've done it now for the last few years. And so now it's just kind of become a tradition while we're here at Fort Gordon to take photographs, I guess, there at that. So that's what I did this year. And one of the pictures she's looking at it, and the other picture she is looking at me at the camera. And as I explained before in the first hop, if you don't know that hop, make sure that you check the link down below for my very first one to explain a little bit of the kit. But my kit came from the Hip Kit Club of last year. And now I'm just going through the embellishments. Now there is a couple of clusters off to the side on there and then some at the bottom. So I just kind of play around with it and kind of go through it. Now this is where it kind of takes forever and a day. And I do cut off in the video of editing to just do a little bit off camera just so that I can place it down, and then I do finish the rest of it up. So I am following a lot of the challenges that I am doing for these videos that you are seeing me put up that are in the fashion of this while I was at Amy's. It was the Secret Not Secret Kit Club's online summer camp crop that we have every month. It ended up being a summer version. So we had a ton of, ton of challenges that we were doing. I can't remember what this one was for because I did, as much as I did a bunch of filming and I made sure I follow along with the challenges, I have to look to see which one I did. But I know I followed one of these. I just can't remember which one it is. But almost all of mine had a challenge to it. And I absolutely loved the way it turned out. It was wonderful. I loved how this one just went together. And I do love going to Amy's house or like getting together with friends in general. It doesn't have to be Amy, of course. It just happens to be where she's pretty close to me and we can just go. She lives in Charlotte, the Charlotte area, I should say, and I just love going there. I'll be getting together with some of the other friends here in the beginning or the end of this month before school starts for me, as teaching and stuff comes back up and running. And I can't wait to go hang out with those ladies and whatnot is too. So I'm just adding the embellishments and I'm just kind of looking to see how I wanted to add these. I do place the stuff up on top too because that's what it had in the sketch. And now I'm just kind of going around and figuring out like what should I do, what shouldn't I do, and how I did it like off camera to get everything to look right. Then that's how I was able to get the rest of this layout to turn out together. Now I did place a car and like this bear and this fox and stuff on there. It kind of matches and it kind of doesn't, and that's okay because the color matches. We all know my rule of thumb. Everybody who watches my videos, they always say and if you hear anybody say it on their videos that follow me, they know that as long as the color works, it doesn't matter what the element is. And I'm really much that way. Now it just depends. Sometimes I do make sure that I'm literal on what I'm scrapping, but for the most part, if it comes in the collection and it doesn't really fit the norm of the photos, it doesn't bother me because the color matches. And so my title is going to be called Holiday Cheer. I think it's Holiday Cheer. Yeah, Holiday Cheer. And I'm looking at the layout. By all means, by starting these videos, you are voiceover number 1, and I've got 5 or 6 to do. So throughout this whole month of August, or the month of July, good Lord, Miranda, don't give me an extra month. But the month of July here, you will see me do a bunch of layouts. So some of them will be with my, my white background of my desk. And then you'll see this for my desk while I was at Amy's. Because like I said, I did every layout challenge I filmed it. And so, yeah, so let's see here. I'm finishing that up, and then I'm just kind of going through a few little pieces. I add a couple of the buttons. I take the bottom part of it out and just glue it down so at least there's not that much dimension to it because the button itself has that much dimension on it. And let's see here. I'm going to see if I can ramble off before... Let me see. Here it is. Okay, so some of the sayings on there. Yes, my title is going to be called Holiday Cheer. One of them says Holiday Happenings. Another one that I put on the picture itself, it says Merry Christmas. And that's pretty much all the sayings I have. So I forgot to bring my gold shimmers paint that I always use, the Sunset Vibes. So I got out this... blings from Amy, and I use that in all of my layouts, and I absolutely love how it turns out. The still shots are coming up. Make sure you check the description down below to see who I am next, and then I'll also link the very first one that you see that I did on the 1st of July, and then every time I do a holiday hop, I will add all of the links to those channels just so that you can be able to go back and look if you would like. Other than that, the still shots are coming up. Make sure that you have a wonderful July, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye!